Procrastination. It's the silent killer of progress. You tell yourself you'll start tomorrow, but tomorrow turns into next week, then next month, then someday. And deep down, you know the truth. Someday never comes. But why do we procrastinate? It's not laziness, it's fear. Fear of discomfort, fear of failure, fear of not being good enough. The mind creates excuses to avoid what feels difficult. But the Stoics understood something most people never do. Procrastination is not an external problem. It is a war that happens within the mind. And once you master your mind, you master procrastination. The Stoics were warriors, leaders, and philosophers who thrived in the harshest conditions. They didn't wait for motivation. They didn't let fear control them. They took action, no matter what. And today, their ancient wisdom can help you stop waiting, stop hesitating, and start moving forward. How to beat procrastination the Stoic way. The first trick is to stop thinking and start moving. Most people get trapped in analysis paralysis. They think too much, plan too much, and wait for the perfect moment. But perfection is an illusion. The Stoics knew that the only thing that matters is taking the first step. Action comes before motivation. If you don't feel like doing something, do it anyway. Once you start, the momentum builds. Marcus Aurelius, one of the greatest Stoic emperors, wrote, "At dawn, when you have trouble getting out of bed, tell yourself, I am rising to do the work of a human being." The Stoics saw work as duty, not as something to be negotiated with emotions. You don't need to feel like it. You just need to do it. The next trick, use the memento mori mindset. The Stoics constantly reminded themselves of death, not to be morbid but to stay focused. You don't have time to waste. Procrastination tricks you into thinking you have endless tomorrows. But what if today was your last chance? Would you still put things off? The truth is, your time is limited. Stop delaying. Start now. Another Stoic strategy is voluntary discomfort. The reason people procrastinate is because they avoid discomfort. But the Stoics trained themselves to embrace it. They would sleep on the floor, expose themselves to cold, and practice going without luxuries, not because they had to, but because they knew that the more comfortable you are with discomfort, the less fear controls you. Seneca, another legendary Stoic, said, "It is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste much of it." Every moment spent procrastinating is a moment wasted, one you will never get back. The key? Make discomfort normal. Train yourself to act despite the resistance. Another powerful trick is to detach from emotions. Procrastination is emotional. It's driven by fear, doubt, and hesitation. But the Stoics trained themselves to separate emotions from action. Just because you feel resistance doesn't mean you need to obey it. Epictetus, another great Stoic, taught, "If you want to improve, be content to be thought foolish and stupid." In other words, don't let the fear of imperfection stop you. Start now, even if it's messy, even if it's not perfect, even if you don't feel ready. One of the simplest but most effective Stoic methods, the do it badly rule. If you're stuck, don't aim for perfection, just do it badly. Write the worst sentence, do the most awkward push-up, take the smallest possible step. Once you break through the resistance, the quality improves naturally. The hardest part is always starting. Then there's the power of discipline over motivation. Most people wait for motivation before taking action. But the Stoics knew that motivation is unreliable. It comes and goes. Discipline, however, is unshakable. If you do something every day, no matter how you feel, you become unstoppable. It's not about being in the mood. It's about being committed. And finally, remind yourself, the cost of inaction is greater than the pain of action. Procrastination feels comfortable in the moment, but it leads to regret. The Stoics taught that it is better to endure a short moment of discomfort than a lifetime of missed opportunities. The bottom line. The reason you procrastinate is not because you're lazy. It's because your mind is tricking you into waiting for the right moment. But the Stoics knew the truth. The right moment is now. Stop thinking. Start moving. Embrace discomfort. Train discipline. Because the more you wait, the harder it gets. And the sooner you act, the freer you become. Procrastination is a battle. The question is, are you going to win